I do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the United States of America and will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States against all its enemies, foreign and domestic.
It's 1957, and the Russians are winning the space race. Their satellite, Sputnik, has scared American leaders. In response, the U.S. has created the National Defense Education Act of 1958, which provides funds for students specializing in math, sciences, and foreign languages. This marks the origin of federal student loans at Colgate University.
Integral to the NDEA was the Munt Amendment, which required aid recipients to sign an affidavit denying participation in subversive organizations and take an oath of allegiance to the U.S. From 1958 until its repeal in 1961, the amendment caused controversy on college campuses across America.
The 1950s are often remembered as an era of conformity and patriotism, but the vehement opposition to the Munt Amendment on Colgate's campus refutes this narrative. President Case and the Colgate community were unafraid to defend long-standing values of individual freedom, even when they contradicted the will of the federal government and the prevailing anti-communism of the time.
Case confirmed his commitment to the individual rights of Colgate students by accepting the position as chairman of the Committee on Relationships of Higher Education. On April 29, 1959, he testified before the U.S. Senate against the unjust Munt Amendment on the basis that an oath 1 should not determine allocation of aid, 2 would not deter an actual communist, and 3 would establish a precedent which could be subversive of the basic American tenet that belief, as opposed to overt action, is private and inviolable.
Opposition was not restricted to the administration. In February 1959, the Student Senate stated, "We believe that this section is a serious infringement in the democratic rights of academic freedom and educational opportunity." The students saw an inherent contradiction between the oath and its aim of preserving democracy. They resolved, the opportunity for higher education is the greatest guarantee for democracy.
For Colgate, then, the NDEA posed a moral dilemma. Was the defense of individual freedom more important than the immediate student need for aid?
One of the things, the fundamental things to understand about the American government structure was that there was a wall established between the federal and state governments when it came to the support of education and support of research. What the NDA threatened to do was to tumble that wall, to bring it down. And Colgate had to deal now with the idea of how to protect academic freedom in the face of a strong federal government willing to and actively engaging in higher education.
The Alumni News explained that Colgate was accepting funds with reservations. By this date, Colgate had accepted $37,668. President Case felt he could not permit the university's views to stand in the way of any needy student. He compromised by vowing that the university would use other sources to address financial needs if any student felt uncomfortable signing the oath.
Another campus leader, Dean Eugene Adams, embodies this defiance against convention for greater ideals when he said, "Of course we must keep abreast or ahead scientifically, or we will fail to survive, but we must not do it at the expense of other values." If Colgate and President Case did not take a stand, the Munt Amendment's discriminatory policies could have had pervasive and lasting effects on the Colgate campus. Just as Sputnik was launched into outer space, the opposition to the Munt Amendment launched Colgate's commitment to diversity of belief, which is still alive on our campus today.